What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Play Orion Trail with DogAndPony. I'm DogAndPony, and this is Orion Trail. Now, we did not beat Ursa Major in the last episode, but I have beaten it before, and we got so close to the end that there's no real point in playing through the whole thing again. I don't think it'd be all that much more exciting than the last one anyway, so why don't we move on to something new here? We go to Space Montezuma's Revenge. In the late 22nd century, it was proven that ancient aliens pretty much built everything of importance on Earth. Galaxy Force scientists believe that this is where the aliens originated from. Alright, we're gonna engage. So we gotta pick our captain here. We can get one with 3 diplomacy and 1 bravado and 1 tactics, or 2 and 1 in attack, bravado, and science, respectively, or 2 and 1 in tactics, science, and bravado. I think I'd rather go with the one that has 3, so we got Corey Krebs here. Peerless diplomat Corey Krebs famously ended the hostilities between the frogfolk of Procon 6 and the nearby Natling Hive world. Alright. He's our captain. I really like this guy. What does he do? He's got 2 attack, 1 diplomacy. That boosts our diplomacy a little, which I'd like to do with our first officer. I like to get 1 stat really high and then try to balance the rest if possible. So I think we're gonna take Danalog. I like his hat. All right. Next, we need to pick our chief engineer. A little more diplomacy would probably be good, but I'd like to get science. None of these offer science, so I'll take the one with two diplomacy. Let's just really ramp up that diplomacy and see how it goes. Worth a shot. Pick your communications officer. We got Zachary Gary Mort, Rarit Dorsal, or Carmina Martin. Anybody with science would be fantastic, but since that's not an option, I think we should go with the 2 attack, 1 tactics. Yeah? Or 1 attack, 1 tactics, 1 diplomacy. I think we're okay on diplomacy, and we always will have more chances to boost it throughout the run. Since it's probably going to be longer than the last one, we'll have even more opportunities to increase our stats. We'll accept this one. Hopefully we get a little bit of science at some point. There is our goal, and all the way back here is our start. What do we want? Starting resources, I think we definitely need some hull. I say we distribute pretty evenly between all of them except crew, and we keep crew where it is. Oh, we'll do +2 crew. What the heck? Why not? Okay, let's launch. Get going. Pretty excited. Oh, we have to select something, right? We don't just move automatically. All right, the first place we're going is gonna get us a little bit of food. Not too shabby. We got a food replicator revolt. The AI controlling the ship's food replicator has decided it's graduated from common food and is only willing to produce tiny portions of space gourmet meals from now on, but it's burger night and the crew really just wants their burgers. We could sell the replicator. If we had enough tactics, we could make the damn burgers ourselves if we had more bravado, but since we are very diplomatic here, we may as well sell the crew on Space Gourmet. You create an informative slideshow presentation to convince the crew of the merits of this new fancy food. If you are being honest, you all know this dumpy spaceship could use some classing up anyway. This will give us a pretty high chance of a positive outcome. Hopefully not a negative one. Uh-oh. Okay, negative outcome. Not great. The crew is skeptical. How could anyone enjoy a meal with such small portions? It's practically over before it started. The AI happily continues to produce its fancy cooking, but it's not long before some of the more hungry crew leave. We lost 6 crew members, but we gained a little bit of food. Not the worst possible outcome. We're okay. Nothing major going wrong. There's a lot of branches around here. Usually it doesn't fork this much. I really like this. All right, what do we pick from our first 2? Food or crew? Well, we just lost a little bit of crew. Why don't we try to pick that back up? I just recently, we've encountered a gravestone. Let's pay our respects. Christop lived like a shooting star, then got hit by one. LLAP. I don't know what LLAP stands for. That's nice. Gallows humor. An officer makes a snide comment about mortality and the futility of life. Everyone cracks up. OU. +1 bravado. Excellent. Moving on. Yeah, I just finished recording a huge quantity of episodes for Let's Play Death Road to Canada. Alright, we've got Galaxy Force Court Martial. High Command notifies you that you're to be court-martialed by holocall right now. An image of the Admiral's stern face reads the crimes listed against you, which involve mostly property damage and negligence. How do you plead? Definitely the diplomacy option of guilty. So, just recorded a bunch of Death Road to Canada. And had a little bit of extra time. I'm going to be going away for the holidays. For a while, so I figured I might as well record an episode of Orion Belt and probably a couple episodes. We got a positive outcome, by the way. Probably a couple of episodes of Nuclear Throne as well before I leave, and I'll have those scheduled to come up during the break. This one will come up today, I think. Yeah, I'll put it up for today. The Admiral is swayed by your eloquent plea. He agrees to drop the charges and fast-track the request for additional crew you submitted 137 months ago. Bureaucratical. You empty out a refrigeration chamber and fill it with bunks. So we did lose a little bit of food, which is unfortunate, but we got 4 crew back. So we lost the 3 food that we gained in the last encounter. So we broke even on food, but still are down 2 on crew. That seems a little iffy. Negative outcomes are worse than positive outcomes, is what I'm going to gather from that. Food, fuel, mystery. I don't know. Probably just mystery. I do want to go to the anomaly, see what that's all about. Which means we're going to take the mystery branch, and then, I mean, we can get there from any of them. Oh, this one we can't. Okay, we can get there from either of these 2, but I think we're just gonna go with the mystery branch. Try our luck, drink a little bit of water. All right, crisis, talent overwhelming. Somehow the ship's annual talent competition, Indestructible Idol, snuck up on you. If you lose to any one of your inept subordinates, you'll be the laughingstock of the captain's lounge. Don't panic, you can make this work. You can try something new and exciting, or go with one of our classic acts. I don't want to lose crew. I do want to gain food, but plus mystery, minus mystery, either is bravado. I'm just going to go with the mystery. Keep rolling them dice. You know, your crew came to hear the hits, and you intend to deliver. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel here. You decide to dust off one of your timeless showstoppers. All right. Engage. Engage the probability drive. Uh-oh. Oh, positive. All right. You think you can still pull off your trick wherever you get hit. Oh wait, you think you could still pull off your trick where you get hit in the gut with a proton cannonball from a few feet away. The ball bounds off your stomach and careens around the ship like a pinball. It finally comes to rest in the warp core. We got 100 fuel. That's awesome. Moving on. 100 fuel and didn't lose anything. Yeah, we want to go to the anomaly, so that means we have to go to this Class P star with a mystery bonus added. Alien science vessel. The detectors, nope. The sensors detect a highly advanced alien science vessel ahead. It seems to be conducting invasive and elaborate scans of your ship. You make a note to change your password and prepare to take action. Of course, we're going to take the diplomacy action. That's what we came here for. Hail them and clear your throat loudly. You send a transmission to the vessel and try to maintain your diplomatic composure. We can do it. We're good. Yeah, definitely positive. I'd love a critical success if we could get one. Continue, but success is fine with me. They apologize, admitting they didn't think you were intelligent enough to detect their scans. They wish to follow you and document the rest of your mission, offering some fuel as a gift. You welcome the documentalians aboard. We got 80 gas and 2 crew members out of that. Double positive. Really digging that. And now, finally, the anomaly. Astronomical anomaly. We're getting some strange readings here. It's a crew, plus crew. It's cool. Oh, we encountered a gravestone. I was confused about why I wasn't getting the normal thing. Okay, I looked away for a second and got confused. Sensors indicate that there is some sort of floating memorial nearby. We're gonna take a shuttle and pay our respects. Wolfgang Wesker ran out of trail mix. That's nice. A fuel and his money. That's a good pun. Weirdly, this grave is surrounded by fuel cells. You hesitate trying to decide whether you should take any for yourself, but the hesitation ends when you notice your chief engineer carting over a wheelbarrow 100 gasoline. Fuel. Nice. Which means if we get a choice between fuel and food, we go with food. Your transporter engineer calls you over, concerned. The transporter has activated on its own, displaying seemingly random coordinates. The engineer is convinced it's a virus, but you know a call to adventure when you see one. We're gonna send a crew into the unknown. Who do we send? Probably our best person, which would be Danilog. He's got 3. Oh, they've all got 3. I thought someone was supposed to have, oh no, Rareit Dorsal has 4. That's weird, but I'll take Rareit. All right, sanity check. Rareit Dorsal grits her teeth, ready to face whatever random danger you're sending them into. Are you sure about this, Cap? The transporter engineer says, looking warily at the display. These readings are really strange. Yes, send them out. Rareit Dorsal isn't going to get off that easy. It's time for adventure, damn it. You nod to the engineer who sighs. The transporter fires up, atomizing the away team, and then you lose all contact with them. Moving on. Back in the teleporter, Rareit Dorsal stumbles forward, feeling disoriented. They've been dropped right back in the transporter room. The transporter engineer looks surprised to see them. Oh, I didn't know you were out, she grumbles. What? We can either try to beam out again or get some food before trying again. Let's try to beam out again. Rareit Dorsal tells the engineer to try again, repeating the coordinates. There's a red glint in the engineer's eyes as she blinks confused. She shrugs and re-enters the coordinates. The transporter fires up again. Moving on. The team is back in the transporter room. What gives? The engineer says, squinting her red eyes. Those are the coordinates for our ship. Wait a minute. Did she always have red eyes? Why is she reaching for that big red button? All right, we can either bluff, tackle her, or tell her to look behind her. Our best stat here is our attack, so I think we gotta go with that one. Let's do it. Rareit Dorsal has no idea what the red button is for, but it can't be good. Pointing at the transporter engineer, Rareit Dorsal yells at their away team to dish out a good old-fashioned beatdown. Now, if you're not familiar with these away missions, we convert one failure to a critical success for each bonus, and then each of our crew members takes the rest of the failure slots as a success, but getting one of those results in a positive outcome, but the loss of a crew member. So we're gonna engage. All right, so now, hopefully it doesn't, okay. Luckily we didn't get a critical failure. We did get a failure, but we can deal with it. Everyone jumps at the transporter engineer at once. While they succeed in stopping the engineer from pressing the button, the crew, who are at the bottom of the ensuing pileup, are well piled upon. It's quite gruesome, actually. We lose 2 of our crew members. Which 2? We lost Bluebird and Kenai. Investigation verifies that this isn't your ship. The Indestructible 2, but the Invulnerable 2. Okay. A forced galactic ship from a mirror universe where everyone has red eyes. The away team huddles up and plans their next move. I guess we investigate this dimension. Everyone here has red eyes, but as far as Rareit Dorsal knows, there is no provable connection between the red eyes and evil plans. The team decides to go undercover to learn more about this world. Moving on. Okay, so it's clear the away team needs to find a way to learn more specifics about the ship and its crew before taking action, but how should they go about doing that? We can study from a distance, we can hijack the social gathering, or we can rough someone up. That's the best chance of success, so we're gonna rough someone up. On a ship this big, it shouldn't be that difficult to isolate someone and get them to talk. Everyone talks eventually when the alternative is being punched repeatedly in the stomach. All right. Less chance of success, but hopefully it pans out. That's good. That's a success. We're only gonna lose 1 crew member instead of 2 this time. The ensign cornered turns out to be Mirror Maya Russell. During the scuffle, it becomes hard to tell which is which, so the crew just roughs up the both of them. The team learns a little bit more about both dimensions. That's pretty funny. So yeah, we're gonna lose Maya Russell here, but we gained 1 science, so that's good. That'll be a permanent boost for when we're back on the ship, not in the away mission as well. Everyone on the ship, from crew to captain, is a mirror version of those rare dorsal new aboard the Indestructible 2. While there is no evidence of evil plans, any opposite of their beloved captain has to be bad news. So, stop these doubles. This corrupt captain, the twisted mirror of Rare Dorsal's own beloved leader, must be stopped. The away team prepares for battle. It's time to find out what happens when the invulnerable meets the indestructible. Moving on through the halls. If a Rare Dorsal is going to stop the mirror captain or nega captain or whatever, they're going to need to make their way to the bridge. It's a lot of ground to cover. How should they make the approach? Obviously, guns ablazing, it's our best chance of success. The away team may be battered and bruised, but those who remain do so because they're survivors. Fully armed, Rare Dorsal is sure they can take on anything between here and the captain's chair. We've got 4 critical failures, but 3 critical successes and 5 successes? That's definitely going to be a critical failure. Not good. Not liking our chances at this point. Wow. The mirror crew is super beefy. Maybe they would be willing to share their workout regimen, but before Rare Dorsal can ask, a particularly large opponent lands a blow to the back of the officer's head. She lost 1 HP. That's not that big of a deal. Captured? Oh, there's more. Alright, when everyone comes to, the away team finds themselves strapped down in the Invulnerable 2's medbay. The mirror version of your science officer looms over Rare Dorsal, a sharp medical device in hand. We can either knock over some beakers, feign death, or ask about the procedure. Any of those is essentially the same. We get +1 on any of them. They're all plus mystery, minus mystery. Let's knock over some beakers. Gosh darn it. Rare Dorsal has no idea what the various jars around the room are for, but they can think of no better way to raise hell than breaking as many of them as possible. Only gonna get 1 critical success bonus. Gosh darn it. Another critical failure is gonna be real bad for this run. The beakers were full of bees from Earth. Who keeps bees anymore, let alone in beakers? They swarm around the room, stinging everyone and everything. We lost another HP and another crew member. This time it was Angus Khan. That was close, having escaped the medbay. The away team now stands at the entrance of the bridge, den of the Bizarro captain. Rare Dorsal hesitates for a moment. This will surely be dangerous. Are they really prepared? We can leave right now. Or we can just say, let's do it. If you're wondering how I'm controlling this, I'm realizing now that it's not capturing my mouse. I can set it to do so, but I think it's probably fine. I'm using my mouse. I'm gonna click let's do this. Let's do it. Rare Dorsal has made it this far. There's no turning back now. Time to see what twisted version of the heroic, handsome, and totally capable captain lurks behind this door. Moving on. There they are, sitting smugly in the Invulnerable 2's captain chair. The nega captain. Rare Dorsal is incensed. How dare they wear that beautiful face? It's time to end whatever evil schemes this mirror universe has. We're gonna kill them dead. Simple solutions are often the best one. Rare Dorsal sets their phaser to the most deadly of the deadly settings and points it right between the nega captain's red eyes. We got 5 chances of critical failure, and we've critical failed with much worse, or with much better odds before. So here goes nothing. Uh-oh. Come on, it's going fast enough. We can get at least just a regular failure. It was a regular failure. Fantastic. Continue. Rare Dorsal pulls the trigger, but it passes through the nega captain and ricochets into your own away team. The mirror crew on the bridge disappears. They were holograms. Self-destruct activated, a robotic voice chirps. -2 crew members. Moving on. Not so invulnerable. The ship is coming apart, and time is running out. Should Rare Dorsal give the Invulnerable 2's crew a second chance as part of the Galaxy Force, or should they take the Force Galactic's resources, you know, to use for good? Well, they're holograms, so let's take their stuff. Some Force Galactic crew manage to stow away as you transport their resources away, but most of them are stuck behind screaming as the Invulnerable 2 breaks apart. Oh well, they were evil, right? Right? +8 crew, that's good. +30 food and +100 gas. Moving on. That means we only lost, like 6 crew total. That's okay. What do we got next? Well, we're looking for 2 different planets, apparently. We can get plus gas. We have plenty of gas. So plus gas or plus gas, or Then crew or food. I think food is our top priority at the moment, so we'll go gas, then food. Class O star to question mark, question mark, question mark. I'm ready. Typhoid Classico. To everyone's surprise, one of your officers managed to contract typhoid, like regular typhoid, not a space version. It's really gross and upsetting, and everyone is just baffled as to where it came from. -1 HP. We now have Rarit down 2 HP and Danalog down 1 HP. A perfectly paired paradox. A version of yourself in a fancy vest appears on the bridge. Future you claims to know where a hidden cache of fuel is on a nearby planet. Suddenly, a second version of yourself, covered in leeches, appears and begs you not to listen to the first you. Very strange. We're gonna go with the diplomacy. Get both sides of the story. This will be a pretty good odds of success. Some pretty good odds of success. You sit both versions of yourself down across from some nice hot Earl Grey tea. Engage. Very low odds of failure, but still a possibility. There we go. At least it wasn't critical. Continue. 2 hours and many, many cups of tea later, you are no closer to unraveling the truth. As soon as you pass by the planet, both alternate versions of you vanish. What in the world was that about? -45 food, but moving on. We'll hopefully get a little bit of food here. That's what we want anyway. Hopefully we get another diplomacy option and get a little bit more of a success going. No space for this squatch. All heck breaks loose in the cafeteria when an 11-foot Hothian glacial primate bursts through the freezer door and runs amok. It must have been scooped up during an ice run, which would also explain the fur-covered ice cubes from the dispenser. Yeah, that would explain that. We're gonna go with diplomacy. Maybe we can negotiate with it. The other choices are capture the creature for your research, or you'll put this Yeti on ice. We're gonna go with diplomacy. The crew stares blankly at you while you make the case. The creature seems to have moderate intelligence. Maybe we can communicate with it and let it know we mean no harm. Alrighty, here we go. Gonna get a success this time. Or critical failure. That's also an option. This isn't going too well. Bad move, Sasquatches are extremely territorial and alpha-minded race. They are an extremely territorial and alpha-minded race, and the crew's gestures and pleas indicate that they pose no threat to it. The creature seems quite gleeful in its rampage. We lose a little bit of HP there. At least it wasn't from someone that was already low on HP. And 6 crew members and 3 hull. Moving on. Boy, oh boy, this ain't going great. We're gonna go to this one, obviously, and then either this one or this one. They're both food, so I don't really think it matters. That looks awesome. Oculoid Hive Station. All right, let's stick in the present for now. Class O star. Class O stars are young and hot, like temperature hot, not attractive. Alrighty, it's a mystery game. Hopefully some food, because we are running pretty low on that. Hull would be great too, to be honest. Uh-oh. All right, security detects, oh, crisis, saving 15%. Security detects something just beamed to the bridge. Have you heard the good news? That's a voice coming from a small green lizard. You can save 15% or more on spaceship insurance. We can do security breach, red alert, or 15%. Sign me up. Either is tactics. One has a chance of losing us, hull. One has a chance of gaining us, hull, but losing his crew. And hull is more important than crew, because we can run out of crew without dying, but we can't run out of hull without dying. If we lose 5 more hull, the run ends. So 15%, sign me up. You're not sure how this little guy made it through your security filters, but who cares? 15% off spaceship insurance would sure help. All right, not great odds of a success here, but at least it's not a guaranteed critical failure. Alrighty, success, finally. You shake the lizard's hand after signing your new policy, but it's a hologram. You're hailed by a giant lizard. Captain, you didn't read the fine print. Remit your crew members or be obliterated. At least you saved 15% on new insurance. We got +3 hull, -2 crew. I'd say a fair trade. All right, food or food, followed by food or gas, fuel. Let's go to the one where there's 2 food choices. Actually, no. We'll go to the one where there's, you know what? This is the only path that gets us to the Oculoid Hive Station. So we're definitely going to this planet. Wait, no, they both do. Oh well, this one, Class M planet, set a course. All right. Built to spill. Your robotic lab assistant has been dropping beakers and bottles all day. Eventually, you discover its new hands were installed upside down by someone. -1 science. We just got that. We got that on our away mission. That's not cool. The Fantastic Factory. There's a cluster of smokestacks up ahead. This is the famous Nutra paste factory planet. Nana Nutra ran it for eons before shuttering it to outsiders, locking its workers and secrets away forever. Only the welcome sign is on? Must be a mistake. We've done this before. It's a very long away mission, and I just don't have the patience for it. We're gonna go to this one and hopefully get a little bit of food here instead. But we've encountered a gravestone. We'll take a shuttle and pay our respects. It's gone well so far. Captain Howard Kistler, let's investigate that unstable star. That's nice. Grave borrowing. Upon closer inspection, the entire grave is surrounded by stacks of gigantic metal plates. Weird. You borrow a few to reinforce your ship's armor since you don't want to end up like this fella. We got 2 more hull. Feeling nice about that. And moving forward to this hopefully good food encounter. A most bizarre bazaar. Hungry and curious, you dock with a warp junction bazaar promising goods so foreign you'll swear they are theoretical. You approach a cart loaded with glowing vegetables, ready to get what you want. Definitely the diplomacy option. Propose a friendly cooking contest. The vendor accepts your bold challenge. Respectfully, you allow her to select the special ingredient. You must make a delicious dish using hyperkale. Gross. You take a fistful of the pulsating plant and get to work. Pretty high odds of failure, actually. There's a lot going on in this one. Yes, definitely a success. Good. Okay. And we got a little bit of food for sure. Maybe lost something. No losses. Very happy with that. In minutes, you prepare a hyperkale and ultraviolet lettuce salad. Ultravioletous salad with a tangy honey NutriPaste dressing. The judges proclaim your dish the winner. They ask for more, but you still manage to take more food with you than you serve. Plus 42 food. Moving on. 87 food will last us a while. 29 of these dots or so. This is an oculoid hive station. I probably shouldn't have tried to come here, to be honest. It's just like a trading outpost thing. The oculoids, a race of squid eyeball creatures, have no beef with the Galaxy Force, so you are welcome to stay for a while. Your assigned oculoid escort leans in close and whispers that he is willing to do some trading off the books. Let's rest. Uses up food, but gains HP for us, which is probably good. Let's do that. Preparing to rest. You want to rest here and recover some health? You'll have to consume some supplies to do so. Use 30 food to heal HP. How much HP? I'm gonna do it, just so we find out. Time to kick back. Everybody gained 1. Not everybody needed 1, but
yeah,
that's okay. We're in a lot better shape than we were. Minus 30 food. Oculoid checkpoint. Let's say contraband, eh? Let's go. The gray market. You arrive in a poorly lit room, and several other off-duty oculoids are all sitting around, staring at you with more eyes than you can count. Your escort vouches for you and talks begin. Trade for resources, anything more exotic. What's that gonna say? The oculoids look at one another with all of their eyes until one speaks up. We've got some intel we could probably part with. I've also got some stuff that isn't entirely safe or legal. Sensitive data. The oculoid steps forward. I've got some pretty detailed data on oculoid physiology, as well as a primer on our culture. I promise you won't get anything as accurate as what we've got. We could get diplomacy or science. I'm gonna say maybe later. I don't want to trade mystery. Dazzle me with danger. One of the oculoids steps forward. I've got this illegal phaser modification that's guaranteed to pack a punch. I also have an incredibly impractical pair of jagged metal dice. We can get some attack, some bravado. No thank you. I think I'm all set. And now lastly, we'll check the let's trade for resources option. The gray market, we have 0 credits, but we can trade our crew for credits and then get food out of it, or we could trade fuel for credits. Let's see. At 3 food per dot, we've got 15 dots. At 10 fuel per dot, we've got 49 dots. So let's go minus that plus that. 15 food for 100 fuel. That's 5 versus 10. Ooh, that's a pretty bad deal. Huh. We could trade a hull and 50 fuel for 15 food. I think that's an okay deal. Probably not worth it, but I'm gonna do it because I've spent this much time. Launch. The acolytes stare at you intently with their hundreds of eyes. Nothing right now. I'll be back. And time to leave. All right, pretty positive outcome. Class B star, a little bit of food here. Hopefully a diplomacy option. Love to be able to swing that. You've encountered a gravestone. We'll take a shuttle and pay our respects. It's worked out well so far. Andrew Jensen became extremely peckish. That's nice. Magnetic personality. You hear a loud hum all around you, and suddenly everything made of metal begins flying toward the gravestone. Soon the gravestone is covered with watches, belt buckles, and prestigious awards, and you're forced to use extra fuel to escape. Minus 50. We can spare it. It's okay. Dimensional Rift. Your animal locator whirls to life, alerting you to a developing interdimensional rift ahead. This is your chance. Rifts like this one are the pinatas of deep space. Be ready for anything. Send a message into the rift. Your communications officer sends a general greeting into the rift and waits politely for a response. Engage. Come on, critical success. That'd be awesome. Just a regular success, but still pretty darn nice. Continue. You make contact with a stranded Nutripace tanker within the rift. While there were a few harrowing close calls, you managed to rescue the food. Oh, and the pilot. He's probably important too. +1 crew, +30 food. I'm happy with it. We can get something random, or fuel, and from there we can get fuel or crew. Let's go with fuel. We've got 35 trips left, 35 dots left. Set a course. There's more than that though, until the end. Another gravestone. It worked out poorly the last time, but that's no reason not to try again. Trying to find where I left our ship. Not that we need to. I'll wait. I think I went all the way back to the beginning. Let's pay our respects. Daniel Craig Lippy. That orange sweatshirt beats combo only protects so much. Okay, that's nice. Close call. One of your officers tackles you and knocks you to the ground. A swinging blade trap clings harmlessly against the gravestone. +1 tactics to whatever this person's name is. That's great. Now we have 3 tactics. Nice. All right, secret documents. You found a derelict Grabulon escape pod. Once tractored aboard, you find a droid with plans for some sort of comically large planet-destroying weapon, officially disavowed by the Grabulon Empire. This is some juicy stuff. I think we are going to return the droid to get a little bit more diplomacy. I want to get to a point where we're getting more critical successes, and the higher our diplomacy, the more critical successes will be in our probability drive. Rather than risk diplomatic row, you contact the Grabulons and tell them that you found a droid with some potentially sensitive data. The aliens neither conform nor deny their gratitude, but you're sure you've scored some points with them. +1 diplomacy? Fantastic. All right, planet of the primates. You discover a planet populated by humanoid creatures with freakish ape heads. Since they appear to be intelligent creatures, you open negotiations to barter with them. They send a delegation to your ship. Shock the monkeys, present bananas to the leader, or pretend you're in distress. Present bananas to the leader. You welcome the council of 12 monkeys to your ship and bestow a lavish gift of bananas on their leader. Since there are 8 things here, we will have only 1 chance of failure and 1 chance of critical failure. Success. Very nice. Continue. Awkward. The monkeys are embarrassed because they were going to give you a lavish gift of bananas. After an uncomfortable laugh, they host a cocktail party with tons of banana daiquiris for everyone. You use the leftover daiquiri as fuel. As any good space captain would. We can get more fuel, or a crew, or more of a crew, hull, food. So we're gonna go crew, then food, I think. Okay. Of course, crew first. All right. Fuel of a different name. You find a cloud of strange fluid coalesced in front of you in space. Scans reveal that it's some sort of off-brand NutriPaste that is both wholly edible and an effective ship propellant. I think we need to alert the cafeteria. We've got 36 dots worth of fuel left and 51 divided by 3, so 17 dots worth of food left. Definitely need more food than fuel. Alert the cafeteria. NutriPaste is NutriPaste, so you might as well just eat it. You tell the cafeteria to slap this space paste for Thursday's dinner, plus 15 food. That's another 5. That's nice. All right. Synecognatus telepathic terror. Ensign Lenny's eyes roll back and speaks with a stilted cadence. I am Synecognatus, master of minds. Best me in mental combat or surrender your crew. Your view screen flares to life and a grinning lizard man awaits your next move. We can send a tactician, we can send a scientist, or we can send an ambassador. Obviously, we send an ambassador. We got 7 diplomacy. Your ambassador knows the delicate tango of fluttering wordplay. Intense discussions composed of pure thought are essentially the same. You signal your ambassador. We're gonna have pretty good odds of success, and maybe even critical. 1 past critical success. That's a-okay by me. I don't think we've had a critical success yet in this run. We've had a couple critical failures, but no successes. It's like an intense match of tennis, but with some sort of hot potato, and your officer and some sort of lizard standing in place. You've never seen tennis. They agree to end it, and a few mind slaves are beamed onto your ship. Plus 4 crew members. That's great. No longer mind slaves now that they're aboard this Galactic Federation ship. We still want a little bit more food, so we're gonna set a course. Kraken Wise, you don't know what's changed, but one of your officers is on point this week. It's been a stream of sly remarks, legitimately funny jokes, and well-placed sarcasm. It's great. Danalog got +1 bravado. Let's check out what our stats are like now. We got 4 diplomacy there. Joni's got 2 diplomacy and a bravado. And, you know, some other stuff. This is looking good. How do I get rid of this? There we go. Okay. Mysterious illness. After investigating a nebula, a number of your crew becomes ill. Their skin turns green and they soon start sprouting tentacles from everywhere. The ship's doctor recommends quarantining them. We can play it safe and quarantine them. We can contact a nearby ship for aid, or we can say, I'm sure they'll be fine. Obviously, the one that's got the best chance of success is this one. Still going to be a lot of failures in the mix here. We'll engage. Not super great. We're going to get a failure. Hopefully not a critical one. Oh, we got a success. There was a little jump at the end there. Alrighty, continue. The aliens arrive in hazmat suits and begin administering what you assume is a cure for the disease, along with rations for the next few days. Soon your crew returns to normal. Hooray! Plus 42 food is a lot of food. Thank you very much, those guys. What do we got next? I think we need fuel more than anything else at the moment. I don't want to go to the Space Alamo. It's just another trading thing. Set a course. Oh, you've encountered a gravestone. Let's pay our respects. Smoky Poof McCrollins. The Indestructible 2, not that indestructible. Alrighty, that's nice. Moving eulogy. The gravestone was so moving that one of your officers is inspired to give a speech. It was beautiful. Plus 1 bravado for rare it there. Very nice. Not bravado. Did I say bravado? I meant diplomacy. I don't know what I said. Crisis, the Admiral's book. Warning, incoming transmission from Admiral Armstrong. You rush to your quarters to answer the Admiral's hail, and his face appears on screen. I can't find my centuries-old rare first edition of Moby Dick. Can you look into this for me? We're gonna scour the galaxy for it using our bravado, because he's noticed it's gone is the other option, also bravado, but that's plus mystery, minus mystery. This is plus fuel, which we want, and minus crew, which is fine. We're actually even on fuel and food right now. That's 75 food, 3 per trip is 25. 250 fuel divided by 10 per trip is 25. So we'll scour the galaxy for it. It's fine. Of course you'll help. Given that incident on Nurbus 4, you could use a few brownie points. You immediately assemble a team and give them a shuttle for their search effort. All right, we have a good chance of success here. Higher chance of success than failure, maybe even critical. Still haven't gotten a critical success, but that's fine. Critical or otherwise, success is preferable. Plus we gain bravado there. The intrepid crew tracks the book to a faraway pawn shop planet. The embarrassed but grateful Admiral suddenly knows where his teenage son got the money for that sweet new multi-dimensional holographic gaming console. Alrighty. Moving on to a Class X star with plus mystery, a green star, very unusual. We got 4 in a row that we don't really get to choose from. And we're getting real close to our goal, thankfully, because this has been going on for a long time. I don't know if you can actually end runs. A green star, very unusual, set of course. I don't think you can pause runs like and pick them back up. I think we have to do one shot for a run. Doggone. A scientist in the medical bay tests a new intelligence serum on his dog. The dog now walks on 2 legs, talks, and has become the most intelligent being on the ship. Some people even think the dog would make a better captain. Ruh-roh. Obviously, the diploma option is what we're going to go with. Commission the dog as science officer. Absolutely. You make the dog an advising officer on the science team, realizing it means that one of the other scientists now has to work for his own dog. Engage. We are going to have no failures. Obviously, still 1 critical failure. And we got the success. Continue. All right, the dog is brilliant, but needs a lot of training in interpersonal protocol before he's capable of doing his job without just barking orders at everyone. That's funny. You write a reference for Galaxy Force Academy where the dog enrolls as a cadet, plus 1 diplomacy. Moving on. Now we have 9 diplomacy, which means if we get another diplomacy option with the same amount of dots as the last one, we'll have a 2nd critical success in our probability drive. A yellow star, much like our own, plus mystery. All right. Planetary realignment. The deadly space pirate Planetary has escaped prison. He is seeking vengeance on you and your crew for sending him away those long years ago. Try to talk the pirate out of his revenge. It'll get us a little bit of food and lose us a little bit of mystery, potentially. You force the pirate to give chase, all the while trying to reason with him. So we're gonna have 2 critical success options here. Hopefully we don't get the critical failure. Critical success! Finally, continue. Miraculously, you convince Planetary to stop his evil ways. He surrenders his stolen goods to you and waits with you for the authorities to arrive. You learn something about one another this day, and it'll be a lesson you'll never forget. Plus 45 food, 100 fuel, 1 bravado. Pretty darn excellent if you ask me. I'm gonna take a little bit of a drink of water and move on to this Class X star. Set a course. I really do think that focusing on a single stat is what's gonna get you the best results. Even in a case where right now I've got 0 science and only 2 science options. Well then, engineering reports, systems around the ship either have too much power or not enough power, sometimes both. It's getting a little ridiculous, and your chief of engineering has run out of ideas, short of running a ship-wide diagnostic. We're gonna shut off power and run the diagnostic because it can gain us fuel and lose us hull, and I think we're better off losing hull at this point than fuel because we do have plenty of hull. There doesn't seem to be any immediate threats in the vicinity, so you decide it's probably wise to do the diagnostic. Lights around the ship dim to minimal levels and the work begins. Really high odds of failure, but we got critical success. Against all odds, we have succeeded critically. The engineering team reports in. Someone was trying to vacuum their quarters while running the microwave. Oh, you send out a shipwide PSA about appliance usage and notice an immediate surplus of energy from the savings, plus 250 fuel, plus 1 diplomacy. We're at 10 diplomacy, very high odds of critical success and some more encounters. Getting so close to the end too. Class X Dwarf Star, chance to gain a little bit of a crew. We have plenty of a crew though, so don't need too much more of that. Eldred, the Mix Masochist. Cyborg DJ Eldred is dropping cosmic beats in a nearby sector. The show is likely packed with wayward youths, the perfect place for Galaxy Force recruitment. You know that Eldred has a reputation for villainous behavior. What's the plan? Our second best stat right now is Bravado, and it's the best one we have an option for right now, so we're going to flood the warehouse with ship fuel. Not really the best idea, but our best option. These youths need a bath, and you've got half a mind to give them one. You latch your ship's fuel hose into an air duct on the roof of the venue with a crazed look in your eye. You'll flush out the soggy youths and recruit the strongest swimmers. Alright, engage. Decent chance of success here. Luckily not a critical failure. And there we go. Continue. I think we're definitely going to win this one. Soon the warehouse is filled to bursting with fuel. Your ship pulls up right to the doors to try to catch some youths as they surge past. Several soggy youths are wrung out in the fuel tanks and suited up for service. We only lost 10 gas from that, and we got 5 crew members. So whatever. What do we need most? Probably food at this point. I think we're just gonna bypass this, have just 2 more encounters, and call it a day. There was never really any point in this where we were really worried about losing. Tanning Bedlam. You awaken to find your tanning bed seems to have died on you. The fact that you don't have to sleep in your sunglasses is a meager consolation. We lost 1 bravado, but we're not going to be very tan. All right. The alien intruder. Internal sensors detect an alien presence has suddenly appeared aboard your ship. The alien has given no indication of its intentions. Bravado is still our best option here, despite losing 1 just now. We can capture the intruder, learn as much as possible about the alien, or bait the alien intruder into the open, which is what we'll do. I hope we get 1 more diplomacy option before the end of the game. I'd love to have just a couple different critical success slots in the probability drive. We're gonna lose a little bit of something. The alien finds your food disgusting. It breaks into your kitchen and teaches you how to make delicious meals out of Brussels sprouts and power cells instead. The crew who tried it never recovered. -3 food and -6 crew, which is fine. We're still gonna get to the end without any issue, I think. Yeah, usually there's more points where you think, uh-oh, we might not win this. But this one went really well. Uh-oh. Science again. Make space bake into those ear pigs or relax the squeals pass. We'll relax the squeals pass. We'll lose crew, but we can afford it. You vaguely remember reading about ear pigs in your 6th grade Interstellar creatures class. You're pretty sure the creatures are harmless after the squealing stops. Engage. I didn't read the thing, and I apologize for that. So I don't know what was actually happening. I'm assuming there's some ear pigs and they were screeching. All right, squealing, that is. Continue. You're confusing ear pigs with teeth worms, unfortunately, and further examination by the science team finds that some crew members actually have both. Ew. -6 crew, that's fine. We are about to reach our goal. We have enough food, we have enough fuel. We're gonna set a course. Uh-oh. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Your logistics officer has scheduled an all-day team building seminar. Sure you won't remember the names, but it was nice to mingle with the Reds a bit. +1 diplomacy. We are now at 11 diplomacy, fantastically, and also our mission was successful. Congratulations, Corey Krebs, you have successfully traversed space Montezuma's revenge in a most daring expedition. Galaxy Force honors you with the title Admiral Diplomat. All right, we had 22 space encounters, just 1 away mission, which I think was for the best because it didn't go well. So doing a second one would have been ill-advised. We had 13 events. We visited 6 graves, and that is all for now. We have unlocked a new game mode, which we'll play the next time around, which will probably be in a week or 2. It'll probably be after I get back from the holidays, so Probably 2 or 3 weeks from now. Quadrilateral quadrant. Galaxy Force doesn't know much about this angular area. Truth be told, they find the entire quadrant very obtuse, and they hope that someone can chart it out. That was a cute angle pun. Alrighty. Anyway, that is all for now. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that like button, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time.